Hello guys, it's The-Epiphany, and today I'd like to show you another Kolossium fight. Today I'm doing Kolossium with a friend of mine, Lang-Strumpf. He's in a previous Kolossium video of mine, and it's also with his panda, Licht-Panda. I decided to do Colo with them because I wanted to see how Panda and IOP works together. It's a pretty strong combo, and I'm also a bit bored of my team, like playing Colo with my team repetitively. So we just jumped into a fight. And we got a fight against an Enotrof, IOP, and a Ripsa. Judging from their ball hogs, they are the same person controlling 3 accounts because they're the same pet mount for all of them. It's probably a Carmelian. This is a pretty lethal combination. It's similar to my own team because where the Enotrof just buffs the IOP up and then the IOP attempts to 1-turn KO. I put on my initiative trophy to outrange them, and I tried to put on my chance resist trophy, but I didn't have enough time for that because I think either the Enotrof or any Ripsa is chance. So to start off the fight, he just melancholies and then summons a Doppel, I think, because he can't. Doppels are like they get annoying. Yeah, the Doppel just attacks. He summons a living shovel to push me away. I think he wanted to stop me from buffing. Okay, so he used a Fortune on the IOP on turn 1. This means on turn 2, IOP will have 300 power. Secondly, he will most likely try and bribe someone on the turn 2, so we have to do something to prevent this from happening. Because if he bribes someone and then it's IOP's turn next, he'll probably 1-turn KO us. So what I decided to do was pull the Enotrof back and then go between him and a wall to stop him from using release. I summoned it strategically in this position so that the Gorball can pull and then walk behind the wall, and then the white Gorball will reduce his dodge. Yeah, so I'll go behind the wall and then the Gorball reduces his dodge. Now he is locked, he cannot move whatsoever. The IOP, I thought he was going to jump on me, but he decides to use friction and then sort of judgment me twice, so I move back. Because Sword of Judgment does damage twice, each Sword of Judgment will move me back 2 squares. The IOP is quite weak. I expected him to do a bit more damage than that. So Lang-Strumpf just buffs up now. He's most likely going to prepare for a turn 3 KO because he has a Cloudy Dofus, which means on odd turns, which is 1, 3, 5, 7, etc., he has a 20%, his damage is increased by 20%, but on odd even turns, his damage is reduced by 10. Alright, so the Enotripsa pushes the Gobble away in an attempt to free the Enotrof so the Enotrof can release. Yeah, so I suggested to put a waster, Panda waster behind the Enotrof. Yeah, Lich already knew about that anyway. He was about to do that. And he tries to MP rape me but can't. Yeah, so putting a Panda waster behind the Enotrof in front of the wall, yeah, can't release. Also, he also gave MP to the his IOP so that later on maybe his IOP can go in and kill. I also asked him to put me in rooted state because I can't be stuffed to use K9. It's a waste of free AP. I have 100 dodge, but the IOP has 65 lock. I cannot dodge it completely. I need at least twice the amount of lock he has to be able to dodge completely. So the Enotrof is locked. He can't do anything. I don't know why he used release. Maybe to try and move or something. He can only move 1 square though. Lich said that Innitroff might use Pull Out, which is a spell that reduces minuses 100 MP from everyone on the map and puts them in gravity state. Instead, he used Mass Clumsiness to try and rape our AP. That was an unwise decision because if he used Pull Out, the IOP would have been able to pretty much kill me. Because I wouldn't have been able to move, I used Symbiosa last turn to control the Gorball, so it was on cooldown. Yeah, I'm not sure why he didn't use Pull Out, to be honest, because if he did, then I would have been dead. I summoned a dragon to unbewitch the power from the fortune that he got. And also, I hit the Inu to get rid of the living bag. It was a good thing that it was actually a wise decision to use dragon because the 300 power that the IOP gained from the Innitroff would have made him extremely stronger. Like, for example, without that power, he already hit like 1,000 damage on the Geiger Blade on me. With the power, probably would have hit like a couple of hundred more damage, and I would have been close to dying. So now, yeah, I'll just tell Lang-Strumpf to fully attack their IOP. Because the IOP is like pretty far away from the Eneripsa anyway, so the Eneripsa can't really heal him up. Yeah, thank you for that vitality. Because the difference between this fight, this team specifically, and my own team with my Innitroff and IOP is that my Innitroff has an archetypal bow, which allows him to heal my Osa. Whereas in this team, I got no one to heal me, so I got to be careful with dying. Yeah, it was pretty nice damage from Lang-Strumpf's sword, considering it was on an even turn. He had minus 10% damage from the Cloudy Dofus. Alright, so the Eneripsa swapped the Innitroff to set him free from the Panda Waster. And now he's going to the Panda Waster so that the Panda Waster can't lock his Innitroff. So now I am certain that the Innitroff is going to try and bribe either my Osa or Lang-Strumpf. This is because it's a cloudy turn, so he needs to do this to prevent his IO from dying. So I tell Licht-Panda to prevent the bribery somehow, and he does this by moving the Gorball 1 square closer. Yeah, like that, to block the line of sight from the Innitroff. The Innitroff has 11 AP, and bribery... Okay, so now he has 10, and bribery is 5 AP. So in order to bribe Lang-Strumpf, he has to kill the white Gorball with 5 AP or less, and that is impossible for an Innitroff as they are not very strong characters. He can't do that, so he just decides to bribe Licht-Panda instead. Now, this isn't an issue for us because Licht-Panda has pretty much done what he's need to do this fight. He disabled the Innitroff on turn 2 and all that kind of stuff, so getting bribed was not really an issue. I decided to animal sacrifice the dragon instead of a Chafer because the dragon had more HP and there's really no need for it to be alive. I summoned a black Gorball to put him in gravity state so that he can't jump away because next turn, or this turn, Lang-Strumpf is gonna one turn the IO. I summoned a coward there so that the Eneripsa would have to waste some AP killing it before he could reach us and do damage or heal his IO. Yeah, he was pretty smart. Licht-Panda was pretty happy with my move. I reckon it was a pretty smart move what I did anyway. I don't understand what the enemy is saying, but he said gross map. Maybe he said, so maybe he thinks the map's shit. The IOP is giving up. He brockled himself to maximize damage that he suffers, and then he attacks himself. To be honest, I kind of agree with him. This is a shit map for them because it was very easy for us to lock his Innitroff. We disabled the Innitroff from using bribery for like 2 turns, which was good. Yeah, so the Iop's dead. Now Lang-Strumpf's gonna attack the Innitroff. That's some really high damage with that sword. Considering the amount of resistance, 26, 43, 32%, that's a really nice damage. This map is pretty bad for them because it was a pretty small small running area. There's a lot of obstacles and stuff. That was hard for them to get a bribery. I do understand though, because if I was in this map with my own team, my Innitroff and Iop, this would have been pretty hard. Yeah, so he's just attacking us. I think he knows he's lost. He's just running in anyway, getting us to kill him. And the Innitroff does his first bit of damage this whole fight, 621 on a slaughtering shovel, and it was to his own team. Yeah, so the remainder of the fight is actually pretty simple. It's a matter of hitting. You can't really lose from here unless you're like a really bad player. Lang-Strumpf is on negative cloudy turn. He's just gonna do some damage anyway. Yeah, it's pretty decent damage to be honest, considering it's a he has minus 10% damage from cloudy. Some really nice damage from the sword. Lang-Strumpf is a really strong character. He has really nice resistances, way more than my Iop. He also has 12 AP, 6 MP. My Iop has 12 AP, 5 MP. Yeah, he's a really good player. Plays really smart, knows what he's doing. Really, really good. He has a lot of experience from this game as well. I decided to just spam some summons to show off a bit. My max summons is 10, and I got 7 out. Normally I can get 10 out, but it depends on the team. Sometimes I try and kill my summons, but can't do anything about that. All summons except the Gorbals are quite defenseless. They have low resist, so I try to defend them or like keep them safe, or I just spam them because if there's too many summons, then the enemy will have trouble to kill them. Yeah, so the fight's finished. This was could have been a pretty hard fight, but we played clever. We disabled their bribe, and that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you at the next fight.